The United States military in 2025 stands as the most capable, technologically sophisticated, and globally deployable fighting force in human history. Its power is not measured merely in the number of tanks or aircraft, though those numbers remain unmatched, but in the seamless integration of space, cyber, air, sea, land, and electromagnetic capabilities into a single system that can find, track, and defeat any adversary anywhere on the planet, often before the enemy even knows it is under attack. This is not propaganda or exaggeration. It is the result of decades of sustained investment, relentless innovation, and lessons learned from every conflict since 1945. Start with the sheer scale. The United States Navy operates 11 supercarriers, each one a 100,000-ton mobile airbase capable of launching and recovering more than 70 aircraft at a sustained rate. No other country has more than 2 carriers of any kind, and none come close to the size, capability, or experience of a Nimitz or Ford-class ship. These floating sovereign territories project power across entire oceans without needing permission from any foreign government. Accompanying each carrier is a battle group that includes guided missile cruisers, destroyers, attack submarines, and logistics ships that allow the group to remain on station for months. In 2025, the Ford-class carriers have reached full maturity. Electromagnetic catapults launch heavier aircraft with greater range. Advanced arresting gear recovers them safely at higher speeds. And the ships generate so much electricity that they serve as power plants for disaster relief when not fighting. The new Block V Virginia class attack submarines, armed with up to 40 Virginia payload module tubes, give each boat the striking power once reserved for entire Cold War-era submarine squadrons. Above the oceans, the United States Air Force maintains absolute dominance of the air and space domains. The F-35 Lightning Titta program, once criticized for cost, has become the backbone of American and Allied air power. Over 1,000 have been delivered by 2025, and the aircraft's fusion of stealth sensor fusion and network connectivity has proven revolutionary. A single F-35 can detect, identify, and share targets with friendly forces hundreds of miles away while remaining virtually invisible to enemy radar. When 4 F-35s operate together, they create a moving no-fly zone larger than many European countries. The older but still lethal F-22 Raptor fleet has received upgrades that keep it the undisputed king of air-to-air combat, while the B-21 Raider stealth bomber has entered low-rate production. The B-21 can carry both nuclear and conventional payloads anywhere on Earth with mid-air refueling and is designed from the ground up to penetrate the most advanced air defenses Russia or China can field. The ground forces have not been neglected. The Army's Next Generation Combat Vehicle program has delivered the optionally manned fighting vehicle, a tracked armored platform that can fight with or without a crew on board. Robotic wingmen, both ground and air, accompany every maneuver brigade, providing reconnaissance, electronic warfare, and direct fire support. Soldiers wear the Integrated Visual Augmentation System, IVES, a headset derived from Microsoft's HoloLens that overlays digital information on the real world. Enemy positions, friendly units, drone feeds, even medical data from wounded comrades. The artillery branch now fields hypersonic missiles and extended-range cannons that can strike targets more than 1,000 miles away with precision that rivals airstrikes. Yet raw platforms tell only half the story. What truly sets the United States apart is its constellation of more than 100 military satellites and hundreds of commercial partners providing real-time global surveillance. The Space Force, now fully operational, runs the most advanced missile warning network ever built, capable of detecting launches within seconds and cueing defenses automatically. The Joint All-Domain Command and Control JADC2 system connects every sensor and shooter, aircraft, ships, ground units, satellites, even individual soldiers into a single mesh network. Information moves at the speed of light, decisions are made in seconds, and effects are delivered before an adversary can react. During recent exercises in the Indo-Pacific, A Marine platoon on a tiny island identified a mock enemy ship hundreds of miles away, passed the targeting data through a satellite to an Air Force F-35, which relayed it to a Navy destroyer that fired a hypersonic missile, all in under 8 minutes. Cyber and electronic warfare capabilities have matured into something almost science fiction-like. The new electronic warfare planning and management tool allows commanders to map the entire electromagnetic spectrum in real time and decide in seconds whether to jam, spoof, or hijack enemy radars and communications. Offensive cyber units operating under U.S. Cyber Command have demonstrated the ability to turn off air defense radars, manipulate GPS signals, and disrupt command networks without firing a single bullet. Logistics, the often overlooked backbone of military power, remains an American superpower. The U.S. Transportation Command can move an armored brigade from the United States to Europe in less than 10 days or deliver humanitarian aid to the other side of the world in hours. The Air Force's fleet of C-17 Globemasters and new strategic tankers, combined with sealift ships and preposition stocks around the globe, means America can sustain combat operations indefinitely, while most potential adversaries exhaust themselves in weeks. Training and people remain the ultimate advantage. Every year, tens of thousands of American troops train with allies and partners in exercises like Defender Pacific, Cold Response in Norway, and Talisman Sabre in Australia. Pilots average more than 200 flying hours per year, far more than their Russian or Chinese counterparts. Special Operations Forces from Delta, SEAL Team 6, and the Rangers operate in more than 80 countries, quietly building partnerships and gathering intelligence. The all-volunteer force attracts talent from every corner of a diverse nation, and the educational benefits produce a technically savvy force that can master complex systems quickly. Nuclear deterrence has been modernized as well. The Columbia-class ballistic missile submarines have begun replacing the aging Ohio-class boats, each carrying 16 Trident IIe Defiant missiles with new low-yield and high-accuracy warheads. The ground-based strategic deterrent program is replacing every Minuteman A-30 ICBM with a more survivable and flexible system. The new B-61-12 gravity bomb and long-range standoff cruise missile ensure the air leg of the Triad remains credible. Together, these systems guarantee that any nuclear aggression against the United States or its allies would be met with overwhelming retaliation. Perhaps most importantly, the United States does not operate alone. NATO allies, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and increasingly India and the Philippines contribute bases, intelligence, and forces that multiply American power. The AUKUS partnership has delivered nuclear-powered submarines to Australia, while joint hypersonic and quantum research with the United Kingdom and others keeps the West years ahead technologically. This extraordinary capability comes with solemn responsibility. The men and women who serve do so knowing they are the heirs of a tradition that liberated continents, ended tyranny, and kept the peace for generations. Their power exists not to conquer, but to deter aggression, protect allies, and preserve a world where free people can live without fear of invasion or coercion. In 2025, the United States military remains the ultimate guarantor of that freedom, a force so strong that the best outcome is one in which its full might is never needed, because no rational adversary would ever test it. That is the true measure of its powers, not how often it fights, but how rarely it has to.